Everybody, if we did start already.
Here officially live on YouTube too, I believe. For the first time in Well Seasoned Gourmand, I am Tommy Grella.
This is an audio show. Nobody needs to see this. They don't know it. Hi, everybody. And Mr. Jonathan. Wheels of Steel.
The ones and twos. I love learning stuff.
Yeah?
You teach me stuff, Mr. Jonathan.
I try.
So we have a Well Seasoned Gourmand. We talk all things food all over New England. And we have a packed week for you this week, packed show, talking about two huge events coming up. The first of which,
Go Pats.
Super Bowl Pats. For those of you outside New England, I'm sorry, but the show is based out of New England, so you guys are all psyched about that, as are we.
Absolutely.
So we're going to watch the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about places to go to have great Super Bowl parties, Super Bowl dinners.
They hate the Pats a
They
lot.
do.
Because they hate winners.
They do. So
They've won too many times.
I have two friends. One of our friends, two of them live in Seattle, the husband and wife. The other husband and wife live in Atlanta.
Okay.
2 years ago, we beat Seattle.
Yeah.
This year we're going to beat Atlanta.
There we go.
Yeah, so it's fun.
Yeah.
The debate has been going, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. And I just have to put this in because it's hilarious. One of the family's name is Dick. The other family's name is Bush. We're going to beat the shit out of Dick and Bush. I just have to say that. I'm sorry, I just had to. All right. So on today's show, we talk about lots of stuff going on. Super Bowl, we're going to go for Super Bowl parties. Fellas, Valentines is coming up. It's your responsibility to make it a great day. Some of you ladies out there take the initiative, good for you. But fellas, I'm telling you, take the opportunity to be a little romantic. We're going to give you some different ideas, places to go, things to do.
So I'm spending my Valentines with Mr. Jonathan.
Yeah, baby.
We're going to Nicaragua together for Valentine's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just coincidentally, that's when it is. We'll be there during Valentine's Day, and we'll have Valentine's Day with our wives a couple days later.
Celebrate Hallmark holidays. So we can do a live show from Nicaragua for our people.
And tell them how the plantains are and the rice and beans. I got a story about that.
Oh, please.
So last week I was in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So
I love eating there.
yeah.
Not so much.
I came from Santiago, Dominican Republic, and a good friend of mine who lives there came to pick me up to take me from Santiago, about a 3-hour drive. And we had breakfast before we left, and he drove all the way down there to get me, and then 3 hours coming back.
Right.
And coming back, we're about 2.5 hours into the 3-hour drive, and he says, "You ready for lunch?" And I said, "We just had breakfast a little while ago." I was ready. I was ready. But he said, "I have a surprise for you."
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh!" And now I'm getting scared.
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I'm not that hungry or anything. I'm starting to get up." And he says, "The girls all got together and they're making you spaghetti and meatballs." Now, I'm an Italian guy, so they were trying to really do something for me because he's Italian, so we have to make him Italian food.
All of our food listeners are cringing right now, by the way.
So they're looking through the encyclopedia of what do Italians eat? Oh, spaghetti and meatballs, that's what it says.
Why would you want to give me spaghetti and meatballs if I'm going to Dominican Republic?
No.
Give me a roast pig. Give me roast chickens and rice and beans. And
They know that he's a picky eater, and they're trying to make it so that he doesn't just eat a little bit of this.
At times, but they were trying to funny.
So was it like My Blue Heaven? It was like ketchup and overcooked pasta?
I'm scared that he's listening. They meant well, but when I saw the bowl of rice, the black bean sauce, and then a bowl with noodles in it, and little round circles, and a red sauce on it, and then he told me, "This is how you do it." And he put the rice down, and then he put black beans off, then he got the scoop of spaghetti and meatballs and put it on top. "This is how you do it," he said. And I said, "Oh no, oh no." There's one of those things, and they yucca. and he puts the yuca on top of it inside of it there, and I go, no, and I kind of put, and he says, no, you gotta try some rice. So I put the rice a little on the left side, and put the spaghetti.
So touching.
Not to that degree. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Starch on top of starch on top of starch. That was like 4 layers of starch.
Why aren't they gigantically fat?
They dance.
Yeah, they do. I'll tell you they do, sure.
They party like there's no tomorrow.
Like it's
They
1991.
drink like fish. I love them.
Yep. They're living the days. That's it. They're living for today.
Well, let's talk Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We got lots to talk about. First, we're going to talk about if you guys picking your own place. Rules of etiquette for Valentine's Day and picking a restaurant for Valentine's Day.
So the funny thing is they're watching us this time. This is the first time they're watching the show. Some people
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
believe, and now the cat's out of the bag, right?
They smoke a cigar.
We're smoking cigars as we do.
Well, we're in the two guys' Flo Dominicana studio.
Because we can.
Because we can.
It does appear that we are live, although the laptop itself is struggling to pull the picture at the same time that we are sending the picture, but it does appear that we are live.
So for those of you who want to see it, YouTube,
There's nothing to see here.
the Well Seasoned Gourmand channel, there's nothing to see. The Well Seasoned Gourmand is our channel on YouTube, and we are officially live, and there's a chat on the side there if you want to chat and ask questions about Valentine's Day. So, going back to Valentine's Day, first and foremost, guys,
Yes.
make a reservation.
Reservations. Keeping the reservations.
That was the key.
Well, that's true too.
You can just take a reservation, but it's holding the reservation that's important. It's everything.
Like, 7 o'clock. I want it to be 7 o'clock, but it's not good on Valentine's Day. Expect to wait.
Well, it's February 2nd. If you've not yet made your Valentine's reservation for a nice restaurant,
You've got plenty of time. 'Cause
you're listening to the show, it's Friday afternoon, you're driving your car, guess what? You pick up the phone, pause the show,
Yeah.
make your reservation, or listen to the places we're going to recommend and see if you want to go to one or end. Make your reservation immediately.
Yep.
The good times are going to be gone by the end of this week.
If the place is really good, they're running out of seats right now.
I know places that are already booked, you can't even get in.
Wow, okay.
Okay, there's plenty of those, but we're not going to mention any of those. Make your reservation. Find out where your place is, make sure you understand what the parking situation is going to be, leaving plenty of time. Know that it is the biggest dining night of the year. When I owned a restaurant, we would do at least a third more than the biggest night, any other night during the year. Most of the time, twice as much.
Yeah.
That's how much business you do. Expect to spend money. Do not take up a seat at a restaurant and get 2 hamburgers and 2 waters.
Yeah.
Okay? Most places do set menus of some sort, or the smaller places especially do set menus of some sort, because they're sending a message. They want you to come and enjoy yourselves, and they want every seat to spend money because those seats are asked for. If you're making a reservation, keep in mind that they're nice enough to hold the table for you. Be timely, get there on time, keep the reservation. If you make several reservations, please call the places that you don't intend on going to and cancel the reservation so that somebody else can get that seat.
Absolutely.
I can't even tell you, in the restaurant business, it's just insane. We would start prepping 2 weeks ahead. Actually, that's not even true. A month ahead, I would start writing the menu out.
Okay.
I would start working out the menu. 2 weeks ahead, I'd start prepping stuff. The week of Valentine's is just crazy. We literally work sometimes right straight through the night. So be cognizant of that's what's going on. A lot of places offer different changes on the menu. They want you to order something other than the regular stuff. They can't. It's simply not possible for them to accommodate all the special requests on such a busy night. Don't go and expect them to do gluten-free pasta on Valentine's. Okay? They're going to have options. Filet mignons and lobster is the most popular thing to serve on Valentine's.
Yeah.
We always did it. We always did a 10-ounce filet with lobster tail on top. And there's plenty of places we're going to mention that are doing exactly the same thing, but, don't expect to get special meals on that night, and don't even ask ahead of time. Also, I said we want to try new things. Generally, small, intimate restaurants with special menus are where you're going to have the best time, where they're going to accommodate you, where you're going to be able to sit and enjoy yourself. Chefs put a lot of effort into planning a special menu on Valentine's Day. Most restaurants won't be serving their regular menus, as I said. So those small restaurants that are doing the special menus are where you're going to have, believe it or not, the best value for the dollar as well. We used to make sure that at our restaurant here in Methuen, which, is not in Boston, $60 a head was the price, okay? But our food cost on that would be much higher than normal. In other words, we were giving you the value for the dollar, okay? And that's what's going on out there.
Do you want them to come back on a regular night that you can,
Yeah,
really treat them nice and,
Yeah.
and let them special order at that point,
Yeah.
but not tonight, not
and if you
tonight.
call this week, you can probably arrange with the restaurant to have flowers at your table.
Ah.
We used to do that for our guests all the time. We'd even have chocolates if people wanted them, or a special cake if somebody wanted them. You can arrange all that ahead. Also, if you want to order chocolates, a few places, local chocolatiers, everybody's doing special chocolates. Guys, what are the names of the chocolate houses around here?
There's the Chocolate Mousse right down the road here in Salem, New
Yeah,
Hampshire.
there's Van Otis,
Van Otis,
Kitty's.
Godiva in the mall.
Yeah, but the Godiva is not a local place. Well, I can't think of the name of the place in Chelmsford. Anyway, there's lots of local chocolatiers. Go to them ahead. Get your candies ahead of time. So, suggestions now that we talked about places to go. Now we're going to talk about places you can actually go. First of which is, for romantic dinner, Foundry, a place called Foundry on Elm in Somerville, Massachusetts. They're offering a 3-course dinner for $45 a head, with wine pairing for an additional $20 per person.
There's also a wine course per a wine.
So 3 courses for $45 each,
Three glasses of wine.
and $20 each for 3 glasses of wine.
Gotcha, okay.
Okay? And they also offer an optional mini seafood tower for 2 that you can add for an additional $30, which I think is just awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Some sample dishes from their menu include fried oysters, sweet potato spätzle, which is a little dumpling, a very small dumpling, German thing, warm maple cream with that spätzle, filet with truffle bordelaise sauce. Hello, that's filet mignon. You can book for Foundry on Elm at opentable.com or calling the restaurant at 617-628-9999. They're located on 255 Elm Street in St. Davis Square in Somerville. Check out the complete menu at foundryonelm.com.
Would you like me to play a roll of Sharon and say it's Elm Street, Davis Square in Somerville?
Thank you.
Not St. Davis.
Thank you.
I was just going to ask, what's happening? Is it
I apologize. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan, for putting the roll of Sharon tonight. All right, one of the most popular destinations in the Boston area is always Top of the Hub in Boston.
Yeah.
A good friend of mine used to be the head chef there, but they're still doing a wonderful job. That's on the 52nd floor of the Prudential Center. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous dining room. We want to score some points. Go there, go walking around, shopping.
Cha-ching though, right?
Yeah, cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
You're talking $125 a person with an additional $30 a person for wine pairings.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's a 4-course menu. They have live entertainment from 8 until 12:30, and they do late reservations. As a matter of fact, they will be serving from that kitchen till at least midnight. Some sample dishes include basil pesto, crushed double lamb chops, jumbo lump crab and scallop mousseline cake, winter squash soup with baked ricotta crostini, and Godiva chocolate mousse cake.
We need to have a little snack.
Snack samples? The top of the house, send the samples.
Just for the show, we need to have a little something here, because by the time I leave each and every week, I am out of my mind starving. You've been through so many restaurants and so much different food and stuff. Wow. That's what I did before I started this thing, and now I'm really...
Well, again, we have the best foodie listeners in all of New England,
Yeah.
and this is why, because we're real. We are talking about the real places. We are talking about
Yeah.
the food. None of the places we're talking about have paid me a cent.
Right.
Although you can, I would like it. But we're really doing this for the listener. So, going back to the Top of the Hub, you can make reservations by calling 617-536-1775. Credit cards required to make a reservation. In other words, if you don't show up, they will charge you.
Now,
They should.
Here's a cool little thing on your app when you're listening to the podcast. If you hear the phone number and you want to rehear the phone number, just behind the play button, there is a 15-second rewind.
Oh,
And you
nice.
can click that once and go back and hear the number as many times as you need to memorize it or to write it down. So you folks that are listening to the podcast, that's a little app trick We were at 15 seconds and boom.
Yeah.
If you want to check that out, by the way, it's topofthehub.net.
This is a type of a show, you want a little pad of paper next to you, to listen to the show.
Yeah.
Because you're going to hear something that interests you. What was that he said? And you're going to have to go back and listen to all of it or something. But I just learned that trick just now, that you can go back.
The good news is the podcast is available for you, so you can listen to it and get the information you want. So, that's right. All right, moving on, next place.
I haven't been to the top of the hub in years.
Let me tell you, it's awesome. It's fantastic. I went last summer.
That was a special place to go to, and that's what you want, right?
Oh, my gosh, it's
Yeah.
unbelievable. I've always had a wonderful time there.
Yeah.
Next place, we're going to go to Worcester, to Dead Horse Hill in Worcester. It's a popular new restaurant. They're offering a 4-course French menu for $85 a person.
Not the best name.
Dead Horse?
Yeah. Yeah. Not that you wouldn't, whatever, you'd never forget it.
Yeah. Could I have a little bit of horse with that, please?
You really.
$85 a person, additional $30 preparing for wine. They're also offering a special menu on the 2nd and the 12th. So 2 dates before that. I believe that's the Sunday and Monday before Valentine's. And expect, by the way, if you're not going to go out on actual Valentine's night, that the weekend before and following will both be busy at all restaurants.
Yeah.
So the same rules apply, except
Good news is I'm not going to be here for Valentine's, so I got to go and hit the next one, right?
Yeah. I'm going to check one more to see if you actually do
Yeah.
it. I know where you're going. You're going to Kowloon.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
All right, so Dead Horse Hill in Worcester is where we're talking about. It's a gorgeous little restaurant, rustic wooden tables, a nice bar, exposed beams. They definitely have a passion for food at this place. They're very innovative. Sample items include smoked trout rillettes, pate of champagne, that's a country pate, and halibut in papillote, which means a fish that's encased in paper and bound up, so when you bake it, the paper becomes like a balloon in the oven and it steams itself.
Yep, gotcha.
Okay, and that's with fennel, lime, and thyme. Awesome menu. Again, you can reserve their table with OpenTable.com, or you can call 774-420-7107. They're on 281 Main Street in Worcester, and you can see their full menu at deadhorsehill.com. So we've covered Boston, Somerville, we've covered Worcester, now we're going to go over to Bedford, New Hampshire, to a place called Technique. This is an interesting spelling. It's T-E-K, capital N-I-Q-U-E, Technique. They're offering a 6-course menu. Now we're talking more speed.
Here we go.
This is what we want, 6 courses.
Yeah.
And don't give me those little tiny little baby portions. I want to right?
Each portion should be, at the very least, growler-sized.
Well, not growler sized.
Because you got to eat
You gotta eat 6 of them, but I like tasting different things when I eat. That's why I love Chinese food, because you don't order your own thing and just have your meal.
Yeah.
You get 7 of them for 2 people, and you
Yeah.
share everything.
There we go.
That's the way to do it.
Amen.
So Technique in Bedford, 6-course meal, $100 a head, includes sparkling wine to start at that price. Additional wine pairings available at $30 per person, and they are not serving the regular menu at all. You're only going for their tasting menu. It is a chef-owned. Technique is a very nice place. Chef-owned, casual, fine dining establishment. Attention to detail is predominant both in the food and the decor. It's very elegant, but it's not stuffy. You don't have to go there with a tie on. You're not going to be out of place, with a nice pair of jeans, certainly. Sample items include pan-seared scallops with risotto, pecan-coated short ribs, and tuna poke, which is a Hawaiian dish for those of you who don't know. Mr. Jonathan knows.
Yeah. Not a bad idea to get dressed up on Valentine's.
A little bit, but people, you don't have to wear a suit anymore.
No, but a little bit.
Yeah, look nice for your girl, right? So they're located on 170 Route 101 in Bedford, New Hampshire. Reservations can be made at Open Table again, or by calling 603-488-5629. You can view their full menu at restauranttechnique.com. However, on the website, Technique is spelled the normal way, Technique. But the restaurant's actually T-E-K, capital N-I-Q-U-E. Interesting. All right, so we've got a few more places to talk about because New England is a big place. We've covered Bedford, Worcester, and Somerville. We're going to go to Exeter and Newport, Rhode Island, Hartford, Connecticut, and Portland, Maine for the next few recommendations for Valentine's. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Mr. Jonathan, you ready to go? And we'll be back in just 3 minutes. You stay right there, guys.
The Wine Connection of North Andover is a specialty wine store with over 5,000 square feet of wines and specialty liquors. The Wine Connection is expertly staffed at all times with people who actually drink well. They're very familiar with wine and helpful in introducing you to new wines that you might like without making you feel stupid or trying to break the bank. I love going to the Wine Connection and discovering new and delicious wines I didn't even think about. The staff at Wine Connection always seem to know what to pick for the occasion or just for everyday dinner. When you go down and show, say hi to Simon and tell them Tom G sent you. Ask about their case discounts on wine tastings. Check out their Wine Connection at 117 Main Street, North Andover, Massachusetts, or call them at 877-469-5025. Servicing including ventilation systems and servicing fire suppression systems, keeping your restaurants up to date and safe. Pat McCarthy and his team of certified experts travel all over New England. Give them a call at 978-686-4363 and remember to tell them 20G, the Well Seasoned Gourmand sent you. McLean and Company Century 21. Matt McLean and his team have been helping other people find and list homes in the Willamette Valley for over 40 years. At McLean and Company Century 21, they are back in the Merrimack Valley area and can help you find a new home and sell an existing home. And if you're in the area, I can tell you all the hot spots to you. Call them at 978-683-8008 and tell them the Well Seasoned Gourmand sent you. Jessica's Brick Oven is a family owned local bakery in North Andover, Massachusetts. They bake all their artisan products 7 days a week, including ancient grain breads, Tuscan breads, delicious, quick, rise breads, like the banana bread and blueberry breads. You gotta check them out. And how about that delicious cinnamon raisin bread? The best you ever tasted. Available at Market Basket stores and many other local groceries. Why buy some large box brand when you can have delicious Jessica's Brick Oven bread? Durso Jankowski Insurance. Get behind the shield. Durso Jankowski Insurance has several carriers in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, ensuring that you get competitive pricing for all your needs. Home, auto, motorcycle, RV, renter's insurance, boats, and even commercial coverage. Big company coverage, smaller company service. Get behind the shield with Durso Jankowski. You can call today at 978-688-7000 and ask for Tom from the Well Seasoned Gourmand section. Restaurant owners, can I have your attention for just a minute? Do you want to serve the freshest seafood available consistently and without overpaying? I know you do. Call my friend Jimmy at Constitution Seafood in Boston. Constitution Seafood is the only company you should buy your seafood from because it's the freshest product available. And get this, they don't deliver just 5 days a week. Constitution delivers 6 days a week all over eastern Massachusetts, much of New Hampshire, and southern Maine. Call my friend Jimmy at 617-330-1283. I'll say that number again, 617-330-1283. Tell them the Well Seasoned Gourmand sent you. You'll be glad you did.
And we're back live here on the Well Seasoned Gourmand. I am Tommy Grella, host of the Well Seasoned Gourmand, along with my co-host, Mr. Jonathan on the ones and twos, and Dave Garofalo here at the La Flor Dominicana studio in Two Guys, Salem. So we've been talking about places to go for Valentines, and we mentioned Technique in Worcester. We mentioned Somerville. What was it? Black and Worcester. Technique in Worcester. Dead Horse Hill in Worcester. Top of the Hub in Boston.
Yeah.
And Somerville we mentioned. Foundry and Elm.
And all kind of high end you're talking about. It's going to be
it's Valentine's.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going, I mean.
I have an option.
Pizza and Lynn.
Pizza and Lynn.
Are you really gonna go there?
So,
Go ahead, tell them.
because I've done it before. I lived in Saugus.
Of course, you're a romantic.
There we go. And this place, I don't know if they do it anymore, but years ago they did. Fosse's Pizza in Lynn, and they also have locations in Saugus, Peabody, Salem, Mass, and Lynnfield. And they would make a special pizza for Valentine's Day. So you imagine a round circle cut out. They cut a little triangle, like one slice off the top before making the pizza as the dough. And get that triangle and put it at the bottom. And what do you have? A heart. And then make the pizza and get heart-shaped pizza for Valentine's Day.
You're a true romantic.
And there's your $10 option for Valentine's Day on the way
for
home.
those of you with kids that aren't going out, okay, I guess maybe you
There
get
we
yourself
go.
Valentine's.
It's
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's cute. Fosse's is Faucie, for those of you who are interested. So going back to nice nights out on Valentine's, we're going to head over to Exeter, New Hampshire, to Epoch at the Exeter Inn. That's EPOCH. They are offering a 4-course menu for $65 a person. It's creative and modern without being contrived. It's located in quaint New England Inn. The dining room is warm and cozy with a lot of windows overlooking the grounds. Absolutely beautiful, like a classic beautiful inn in Exeter. Sample items include chilled jumbo asparagus salad, bronzed sea scallops, which means pan-seared with a nice crust on them, grilled herb and garlic rack of lamb, and espresso rubbed filet mignon. And they're located on 2 Pine Street, beautiful downtown Exeter, New Hampshire. You can make a reservation at opentable.com for them as well, or call them at 603-772-5901. Their full menu can be viewed at Epoch Restaurant, that's EPOCH restaurant.com. All right, we've got people all over New England, so they're expecting us to go move around. Let's move over to Newport, Rhode Island.
Which is not a bad ride, even if you're.
I'll tell you, if you really want to be a winner, of all the places we're going to talk about, if you live up this way, because a lot of our listeners do,
Yeah.
get in the car, book a night somewhere down in Newport. It's beautiful. This time of year is fairly reasonable, and go to the Vanderbilt Grill in Newport.
Well, you can, fairly inexpensive. You can get a town car, and you can kind of make a night of it, have someone else do the driving.
I'll tell you, this is the winner right here. This is the one, like, if you really want to pull all the stops, go to Vanderbilt Grill in Newport. It's gorgeous.
Not a bad price either.
It's a restored mansion, so it's absolutely stunning, and it's $75 a person, $103 per person with wine pairings, classic contemporary dishes. They're beautifully presented, served in a warm, inviting room, as I mentioned. Intimate seating arrangements there, real fireplaces. It's just beautiful. Service is attentive but not intrusive. They know how to do it old school there. Sample items on their menu include lobster and tarragon scented bisque, grilled filet topped with lobster béarnaise, and chocolate fondue for 2.
Yes, fondue.
Fondant.
Yes,
Fondant.
You like the fondue? Yes, I would.
Yes, there's a fondant restaurant around. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's just fondue's out and it's so darn expensive. I mean, I love it. I love fondue. And I think there's some, if you do a nice job, it's nice. But cheese is expensive. So don't go out for fondue and expect to spend $50 a head and be full. You're not going to do it.
Right.
It's more like $150 a head. So that's gracehotels.com. If you want to check out the Vanderbilt Grill, they're located on 41 Mary Street in Newport, Rhode Island. You can call them at 401-846-6200. That's awesome.
Is it a hotel? Can you stay there?
I believe you can, but I'm
Not that day. Yeah, you can.
I'm not sure about that day. That's the thing. But yeah, they do have rooms. So we're going to move over to Connecticut. We don't have a lot of listeners, but we're hoping to. So we're going to tell you guys in Hartford, those of you in Hartford down there, we love you. Please keep listening. There's a place called Treva in West Hartford, Treva. It's offering a 4-course menu for $69 a person. It includes a Prosecco toast. Prosecco is, for those of you who don't know, a fancy word for Italian sparkling wine. That's a chef-owned inspired place. They're a northern Italian restaurant, all handcraft dishes. It's a warm, nice atmosphere, known for their homemade pasta and homemade bread, charcuterie, which means like salami and stuff like that. I believe they make some of that in-house. Craft cocktails. Service is spot on at this place. Really nice place. Sample items on their menu include quail with wild mushrooms and ricotta, antipasto of Italian meats and cheeses, sea bass with black barley and filet mignon with candied yam puree. They can be found at 980 Farmington Ave in West Hartford. Reservations again can be made on opentable.com, or you can call 860-232-0407. Full menu can be viewed at www.travact.com.
Every time I hear sea bass, I think of Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Kick his ass, sea bass. I can't hear it without thinking about Dumb and Dumber.
I'd like the soup du jour.
That sounds good. What is that? That would be the soup of the day.
That sounds good. I'll have that. All right. Moving on, back up this way to Maine, north of us. We're going to go to Portland. Now, Portland is an eater's city. Let's get this off the bat, right?
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't been to Maine in a while, let me tell you, Portland, Maine is an eater's city. And I can tell you at least 20 restaurants that I would love to go to in Portland.
You can certainly bar hop there, but you can restaurant hop and get an appetizer here, an appetizer
You better
there,
be
an
a pro.
appetizer here.
You better be a pro, because it's no joke.
It's no joke.
I'm telling you, places like 4th Street, F-O-R-E, 4th Street is a famous restaurant, and 4th Street is actually a street in Portland, Maine. Street & Co., which is another restaurant that same group owns. Nosh, which is a famous restaurant where they do this burger that was on television at one time with foie gras and pork belly and a cherry jam. It's amazing. But we're going to talk about a place called Evo, E-V-O, in Portland. They're offering a 5-course menu for $75 a person, $35 per person for the wine pairings. They have a lot of vegetarian options.
Yes.
For those of you who are interested, they're very accommodating food allergies. They're known for that. The dining room's very cozy, modern, sleek. It's nice. Professional service, wide selection of craft cocktails. They know what they're doing. Guys, get off of vodka, get onto gin. That's what the craft place is doing. Just so you know, that's a whole other story. But Mediterranean style dishes, what they're known for. Sample dishes include smoked oysters, roasted cauliflower, halibut with crab and roasted peppers. And of course, getting a trend here, beef tenderloin with spinach. How many times have we heard filet mignon on a menu for Valentines? What did I tell you?
Yeah.
Everyone does filet mignon for Valentines. Everyone. They're located on 443 4th Street. You just mentioned 4th Street. That's F-O-R-E Street, Portland. And they're on opentable.com. And you can call them at 207-358-7830. Full menu can be viewed at Evo Portland. That's evoportland.com.
So as a chef, why is filet mignon on there? It cooks fast?
Well, it is kind of fast to cook. You can cook it kind of fast, okay? But filet mignon is the thing that still everybody thinks of. I'm going to have a nice night out. I'm going to get something expensive. I'm going to get filet mignon.
Yeah.
You know what you're never going to see me order?
Filet mignon?
That's right, ever. You want to know why?
It's not fatty enough?
That's correct. Thank you very much. No fat. Fat is flavor. Give me a Delmonico, please.
Yeah, I like a filet mignon.
Yeah, because you don't like any fat.
Yeah, I like some fat, but
If you eat a filet mignon, eat it rare.
I completely agree.
Because it's then it's the best way because it's still tender. And the best filet mignon is Abe and Louise in Boston where they serve it on the bone. The bone actually shields half the meat and it keeps it nice and tender.
Yeah.
So, Eric, do you agree? You got Eric in the studio audience. This guy knows meat.
Fat or bone? Sorry, give me a hanger steak.
Yeah, hanger steak. He says hanger steak all day. I'm with you 100%. Give me some fat in there. All right, so moving on up to Queechee, Vermont.
Vermont.
You got to go to Vermont too.
Doing this whole thing.
New England.
Yeah.
New England. We're all over. Simon Pierce Restaurant, Queechee, Vermont.
I've heard of it.
They're offering a 3-course menu for $60 per person. Incidentally, this place has been voted one of America's most romantic restaurants by Travel and Leisure.
It's going to be a tough one on Valentine's Day.
You better call now. That's why you're listening to us now.
Yeah, a week early.
That's why.
Yeah.
More than a week early.
Yeah.
It's located upstairs from the Simon Pierce glass blowing studio. The restaurant uses the glassware and pottery from the studio. It's really nice. They offer an imaginative menu with fresh ingredients, beautiful setting overlooking the Ottaquechee River. In fact, part of the restaurant jets out over the river.
Nice. I love that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Sample items include duck confit appetizer with creamy lentils and pancetta, burrata, which is kind of mozzarella cheese almost, appetizer with beets and pears, black pepper brine pork chop, and flourless chocolate cake.
You know, beets is one of those things that I'm always scared of
Why?
until I eat them.
Oh,
I love beets, but they're so red, and it looks like they're bleeding on the plate. I get nervous every time, and I eat them and I love them, but I'm always afraid to order the beets.
I love beets. I love them. I can't get enough of them.
Don't be scared of the
Nothing
beets.
beats a beat.
Nothing beats them. I love beets. All right, so that's Simon Pierce Restaurant in Queechee, Vermont. SimonPierce.com is the website. They're on Open Table as well, and you can call 802-295-1470 for their full menu details about the glass blowing studio as well.
Here we go.
And so we've covered now every state in New England. We've given you at least one place in every state. We've given you a few here in Massachusetts. We've given you pointers on what to look for. If you can't get to these restaurants, take a look at them and try and find something similar to that in a place that you can get to on a reasonable basis for Valentine's. Remember to make your reservations in advance, and you will be the hero this Valentine's, I assure you.
Be a hero, not a zero.
That's right. So we're done doing Valentine's. Let's talk about our kitchen tip of the week, brought to you by wickedcuisine.com, purveyors of fine kitchen equipment. If you go to the website now, you can get a set of 3 high-quality plastic non-slip reversible cutting boards. 3 of them, 3 pieces for $22.95, normally $40 for that package.
I own them myself.
They're almost done with that deal, but they still have a few. Baking tip of the week. A 4-layer cake is always better than a 2-layer.
Of course, it's almost twice as good.
It's almost twice as
You
good.
heard it here first.
If you do the math, it's pretty close.
But I don't have 4 cake pans. You don't need them.
Ah,
This is a little trick. So you have your 2 cake pans, you divide your batter in half, you bake your cake, you take them out, you let them cool for 5 minutes, you turn them out onto your rack.
do it again.
Now you know you cut them.
Ah,
Dental floss.
really?
Non-flavored, old school dental floss, not that new plasticky stuff. The old school stuff with the wax coating on the outside. Take a long piece of dental floss, put your cake on the rack, go from one side,
Put your knuckles down on the thing so you go straight.
yeah,